Well, if you're looking for a new after-hours spot, someplace to go to let off some steam, maybe after work, get a drink, get a nice bite to eat, Post on Pine in Wiggins is that place. Latricia Eubanks, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
So tell us about Post on Pine.
Post on Pine is just now celebrated our 1-year anniversary here in Wiggins. We're the first standalone bar in Stone County.
Wow.
So we're pretty proud of that. We're on the historic Brick Street on Pine Avenue, downtown Wiggins, which is just went through a very big revitalization. So we have new restaurants and coffee shops and boutiques. So we're kind of the happening spot in Wiggins right now.
I will tell you, I haven't been down this road since my childhood because my family used to go to Flint Creek a lot. So this area means a lot to me. Just driving down the road brings back some old memories. This was at one point a post office.
So in 1955, this was originally a post office. It was the post office for Wiggins for many years until they built the new post office across the street. So that is where the name comes from, post office, Post on Pine.
So tons of history.
Yes.
So without going into great detail, we got Mr. John back there at the bar. We'll see him in just a second. He's the bartender. You guys have a fantastic collection of beers on tap.
We do.
I mean, I've never seen so many bottles of Jameson in my life. There's a good selection back there.
We do. We have a lot of Irish whiskeys, not just Jameson, but that is definitely the star of the show. We have a lot of cocktails that are made only with Jameson, and we don't substitute those at all. So it is true Irish fare and true Irish drinks.
Well, we were talking a bit before we started, and you were telling me there's a lot of beverage sales that happen, but there's great food sales that go on as well.
Yes.
Tell us about your menu.
So the star of the show is the shepherd's pie, and it is my mother's recipe. My mother is very Irish. She is pretty much 100% Irish. She is an O'Sullivan. My grandfather and my mother, this bar is kind of to honor them. So I use her shepherd's pie recipe. I stole it, and we make it from scratch just like she does. And during the winter, we make a Guinness stew. We make that from scratch. It is amazing. Right now, it's a little warm for stew. So we have sandwiches and pizza.
Absolutely. Listen, the food is a small piece of what happens here. There's a lot of events that you have. I'm looking at some signs here. You have karaoke night. Tell us about some of the things you do during the week.
Okay. On Wednesdays, we have game night. So we alternate trivia and music bingo, which is probably the most popular night of the week, believe it or not. So we have a good time, and it's just for fun. It's not for money. And we have a big crowd that comes from Ocean Springs and Biloxi and Hattiesburg and everywhere, and we have a good time on Wednesdays. On Friday night, we have live music. So local artists, some come as far as New Orleans, so we have a live music every Friday. And Saturdays, we took a break, but we're starting again to have our comedy nights. So that starts May 10th, and it will run throughout the summer. We'll have comedy nights throughout the summer.
Comedy night. So you have this a cute little stage here that you have set up. It looks like got your mic, got your sound system. Are there multiple comedians that come in tonight, or just one?
Yeah, 3 to 4 comedians a night, and they're from all over the country. We've had people from Washington State, from New York, from Michigan, New Orleans. We've had people from Florida. So they're traveling on a circuit basically, and they're catching Wiggins in the middle. So
how are you finding these comedians?
Believe it or not, they reach out to me. So
wow.
Yeah, so I worked with Lunchbox Comedy for a while and got to know a lot of comedians in the area. So they reach out to me and try to get on the stage. It's a popular place to be.
Yeah, and Lunchbox Comedy is fantastic.
They are.
They're turning out some great talent. There's a couple of places on the coast there's one place specific on the coast that works with Lunchbox. So there's really, really good, top quality comedy coming through here in Wiggins.
Yes, believe it or not.
In Wiggins, I love it. Not that Wiggins isn't the place to go, but it's like I don't think of Wiggins as a place as a performer where I'm just going to stop there. But it's such a great little area.
Yes.
When you're headed from maybe Memphis or Nashville down to the coast, like this is
right.
A
We're right on the
place.
49 corridor, and I-10's just a hop down the road. So we get a lot of people from out of town. It's a lot of tourism in Wiggins right now, so that's a great thing for a new business.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
So what made you want to open this? You were talking about we just celebrated the first year anniversary, and look, the service industry is not
rough.
for the faint of heart.
It's not.
So what made you want to dip your toes in that water?
A few things. I've been in the business since I was 13. I was sneaking around bartending when I was 13 when I was supposed to be cutting lawns, and I got the bug. So I'm actually a therapist, and I'm a regional director for a rehab company here. So I have a day job. I work all day, and then I work here at night. So my mother is Irish, and I wanted to do something to honor her. Her and I had a diner for 8 years, and we closed that, and I worked with the Chamber of Commerce here in Wiggins to get the ordinances changed, and the city, we went through a lot of change and got our liquor ordinance changed, so nobody was taking advantage of it. And I said, well, if they're not, I will. So I bought this building and gutted it, and we did a whole renovation, and here we are a year later.
Well, I'll tell you, in addition to coming through here to my childhood, I went to what the folks in this area lovingly refer to as Perk College.
Yes.
I went to school at MGCCC, and when I was there, it was in the, my daughter would say the 1900s. It was in the late 90s, and this was quiet.
Yes.
There was nothing here. There was definitely not that huge shopping plaza that you have just past here on 49. It's grown so much, and I love seeing good, after hours places where you can go, because
Right.
it just didn't exist back in the day.
We are truly a neighborhood bar. We have regulars that are from all age groups, from the 21 to 78 at least. They've all become friends. They come here, their special nights of the week. They have their names on the chairs. They're really, it's brought this community together, I think, and it's revitalized the downtown that was really needing to be saved. It was kind of derelict. So the street is beautiful now, and it has a lot of traffic.
What are the people saying that come in?
They're shocked. They're shocked.
Yeah.
They can't believe there's a bar in Wiggins. They can't believe that we're doing so well, and it feels like an Irish pub. It's true to what it should be, I think.
It feels like one. It looks like one. It was many years ago where I visited Ireland and went to a couple of Irish pubs, and this is exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Like you guys have your bar here, and there's pictures of your trip to Ireland, and you
Yes.
really have managed to capture that feel.
Yeah.
Of the, well, except for the accent.
Right. I don't have the accent.
We have the South Mississippi accent here.
And our Guinness is a little cooler than it should be, but that's how we like it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. One more thing we have about another minute left. You also have karaoke night?
We do. We have karaoke night. Now, it's not a set night. We do it sporadically, and we have some people here in Wiggins that can really sing. So
Oh, yeah.
it turns into a talent show, really.
Right.
I said no karaoke at the pub, and I lost the battle. My regular customers won, so we have karaoke at the pub, and it's a very popular night.
There's something about the courage that you gain when you've had a beverage or two, and you get to pick up a microphone and
Yes.
sing.
And they get louder as the night goes on.
That's how it's supposed to be, right? Isn't that what karaoke means?
It is.
Right. All right. So listen, if you haven't been to Post on Pine, come down here, check it out. It's just over the tracks, not far down the tracks, on the right. If you're going in whatever that direction is, towards Flint Creek. It's on the right, you can't miss it. It's a beautiful building. Definitely add it to your list of places to go. You see the information down there at the bottom, you see the name, phone number, you see the website, email address there, give them a call. And you can also check it out on Facebook. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
Absolutely.